So with that, I'll turn it over to our board chair and we'll get rolling.
Good morning. Item number 2 and item number 3 is informative. Receiving file items. Let's go to item number 4.
Item number 4 is a report on the condition of the liability and casualty reserve fund. The balance of this fund at December 31st, 2023 was $1,026,039.22. During the 6-month period ending December 31st, 2023, we earned $24,670.39 in interest. We paid out 2 claims totaling $7,606.09. And there are currently 29 active claims pending against us.
For those 29 active claims, and we have to keep this fund at least $1 million.
At least $1 million.
So with those 29 claims, what's the jeopardy of going under $1 million? Or?
So we, at the last board meeting, we actually paid a claim that was maybe $150,000. That's actually since moved us under $1 million. And so in July, we'll have to some funds in to boost it back up. But
What about the insurance company? Do they?
well, this is all our self-insured.
No, I understand that, but it wasn't part of us even working with the insurance company that we maintain $1 million? It's some gap or something where it makes us maintain $1 million.
Yeah.
Does that affect our insurance rates for not doing that?
If we were to not boost it back up. So like,
Oh, so we have a cushion? Is
yeah,
what you're telling me? Okay.
There has been several times over the past year that we've put in small amounts of money to put it over $1 million. Luckily, our interest earnings have been kind of keeping us above $1 million. But you know, as more claims are settled,
Right.
drive us below, and
That's what I was concerned about since it's getting so much slower.
yeah, and we've for the past probably 3-4 years we've been right at just over $1 million.
Right.
And probably once a year we've been adding funds to.
Yeah, I didn't realize so many outstanding claims. That's what made me probably question.
And I mean, some of those may be dismissed.
Okay.
Some of them will be small motor vehicle accidents that might be a few $1,000s, but there is the potential for other large settlements in there.
Item number 5.
Item number 5 is our construction fund amendment. This amendment allocates funds from prior year fund balance to capital projects for both the treatment facility and the collection system. We are allocating $10,670,400 from the 2022-2023 fund balance to the current year construction projects. We ask that you approve this item.
Now, so this one, we're at about 10.6. Last year, we were half that. So you remember we've gotten so low on our construction fund that we use this to roll over on our fund balance. And so this is kind of reflecting the board's action. So you see this kind of start growing upward again, which is what we need to make sure that we're doing a significant amount of pay-as-you-go capital.
Item number 6.
Item number 6 are payments from judgment and claims. They're payments from prior fiscal year. We have reviewed the payments and we recommend your approval.
Item number 7.
Item number 7 is a report on bids for Microsoft laptops and accessories. We solicited bids for 10 Microsoft laptops, docking station keyboards, mice and adapters. CDW government used contract pricing to submit the lowest and only bid at a cost of $24,639.69. We sent this out to, whenever we buy computer products, we have a list of companies, including Staples Business Advantage, GovConnection, Best Buy for Government, and CS Business Systems. This time CDW was the only response. And typically about every these laptops last about 5 years, and we just try to purchase a handful every year. Keep cycling them through.
What are we doing with the laptops that we are not going to use?
Our computer department, if they're still functioning, they kind of keep them on standby for when someone's computer crashes or we hire someone new and they get an old one before we get a new one. So we're kind of kept. We have as loaners and extras as needed.
Item number 8.
Item number 8, Mr. Chairman, is travel authorization to Austin, Texas. This is for the Funders Network / Urban Water Center collaborative meeting. And this is engaging with the philanthropic community on visibility of the water sector. So it really talks about the branding aspect, something that they have been doing quite well, and working with the non-government organizations. And what we're doing as utilities, we're trying to partner with them to see that they understand that, hey, really, we're the ones that get in the big money. You really should be focusing in on us. And so this is a meeting that I've been invited to attend and present at, along with some other utility members from our Water Agency Leaders Alliance.
Okay. Item number 9.
Item number 9, Mr. Chairman, is our annual pilgrimage to DC as part of our NAPWA and our board of directors. It is for the water policy fly-in for us to advocate on behalf of water and speak to our representatives.
Item number 10.
Item number 10, Mr. Chairman, is travel authorization to Chapel Hill. This is for my role as a president of NAPWA, invited to speak to this year's class of our Water and Wastewater Leadership Center. That will be happening the week of April 21st. They are there for 2 weeks. They'll be there for 2 days to welcome them to present on being a utility leader and kind of add to their curriculum.
Now, Mr. General Manager, I don't know if you share with everybody, but as president of NAPWA, you bring in the conference to Buffalo.
Yeah.
Does everybody know that?
Sorry.
So all this engaging with all these other agencies and working with, you worked yourself up the ladder to be president of NAPWA, and what do? The first thing you bring them to Buffalo to show them what we're doing.
Show them what we're about. And so, yeah, no, that's a big piece. So this summer,
We'll share a little bit about that.
I will. So this summer, we will be hosting NAPWA's annual utility leadership conference, which will bring about 500 to 600 individuals here and their families. And so we're working on making sure that we can have an excellent time with them. And again, we're bringing not only the families, but the revenues associated with it. And they really want to have a peek and see at what Buffalo is doing here on site. So we're also looking at how we can, get them around, maybe have a site tour and visit. But it is something that we've worked on, and that we're able to kind of deliver this year. So
And we talked about this years ago.
we sure did.
All right.
So
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's good to see it come to fruition.
Yeah. Okay, now we're getting fun. Item number 11.
All right, item number 11, Mr. Chairman, is travel authorization to Syracuse, New York. This is for our principal sanitary engineer, who serves as our, who operates as our kind of our stormwater aspect. But she's a certified floodplain manager, and she's also a member of the New York State Floodplain and Stormwater Managers Association.
Item number 12.
Item number 12, Mr. Chairman, is travel authorization to Seattle, Washington. This is for the Green Infrastructure Leadership Exchange. As we are a member, the 2024 annual meeting is being held in Seattle. And we're recommending that our GIS specialist, attend to make sure that we're up to date on the latest happenings in green infrastructure. She has been working at all of our stormwater pieces, as well as our green infrastructure permit reviews. This would be an excellent opportunity for her. It is a subsidized cost, and so sewer authority is only looking at that balance of what's not covered.
Item number. Well,
13.
13, rather.
Item number 13, Mr. Chairman, is travel authorization to St. Petersburg, Florida. This is for the WEFMAX, so the Water Environment Federation Association Exchange. This is for our principal sanitary engineer who serves on as a West House of Delegate representing New York State. And she'll be attending this one here in St. Petersburg. If you recall, last year she was in Nova Scotia. I'm sure she'll like this one a little bit better.
It was Prince Edward Island, not.
Oh, Prince Edward Island.
Item number 14.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, board members. Item number 14 is authorization for change order for the blanket order. This is for Mollenberg Betts. They are the ones responsible for our gas burner system inspection and maintenance and corrective repair services. Initial funds in this account were $40,924 based on inspection. There were issues identified with our water softener. That's for our plant boilers, what we call our auxiliary boilers, and water softener and anticipated boiler tubing repair. This also will encompass our auto flame, which needs to be taken out, sent out overseas, and for calibration and sent back. This would be for the auto flame on boiler number 1. Due to that, we are increasing this blanket order in the amount of $40,000 to bring up this line to $80,924.
Shipped overseas.
That's, I was going to say, I was going to comment on that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so Mollenberg, they are sole source service representatives for this auto flame on our boilers is what tunes the gas feed into our boilers, which optimizes the gas usage, also tunes in from the environmental side of things to make sure we're burning at the correct rate, whether it's mix of natural gas or dye gas. And so it's a specialized piece of equipment. It's a pretty good piece of equipment for our boilers, especially for the boilers of our size. But with the good equipment, you have to send it back to the OEM and those that service it.
So it has to go back to the manufacturer. That's really it. Manufacturer, unfortunately, it's not here, in the States, and that's been the biggest thing for a lot of our pieces.
So that's estimated at about $10,000, give or take. We've already done it for boilers 2 and 3. This will be the last one.
Where does it get shipped to?
Where are we shipping that one to?
It's overseas somewhere. I'd have to follow up with Ralph. It's
All right, let's follow
England or
Ralph.
Germany. Yeah.
Yeah, probably Germany. A lot of our equipment is like, for example, our scrolls to GEA. Got to send those back over to Germany.
And it's cheaper to do it that way versus bringing some people over and.
Well, yeah, because they have all the equipment's there to read the scroll and everything else like that. That's the dilemma. So a lot of these things take so much time because, we have to get a service over there.
America.
Yeah.
Item number 15.
Item number 15, Mr. Chairman, is authorization for the purchase of Siemens Topro clarifier parts. Evoqua is the original equipment manufacturer and designated as the sole source provider. GP Yeager is the authorized local rep and submitted a quote at $68,577.32. This brings the yearly aggregate to $165,654.58. This has been reviewed and recommended for approval.
Item 16.
Item 16, Mr. Chairman, is report on bids received for the purchase of various gray cast iron castings. This is for 100 dark 12-inch and 100 dark 13-inch receiver grates. We sent this out to multiples. We had response of no bid from Buck. and then no response from Sierra. The EJ, who we worked with in the past, did respond. This is our second time sending this out. And it's within our price realm. And they responded in the amount of $52,894.
How are we with people taking them? Are they still?
Oh, they're still snatching. They're still
It seems
snatching.
like we keep buying these all the time.
Right. And so they are snatching the grapes especially, and that's what the issue has been. And we've been talking about it. Hey, do we tap them down? We have good video that we've provided to the police from, one of the cameras, residence cameras. So we're working with law enforcement on this one. But it is.
What do
really
other
taking hold.
municipalities do fire security? Is there a locking mechanism that we can put on there, or is it another way that we can prevent from keep buying these all the time?
Yeah, there are locking mechanisms. We use cast iron. A lot of folks use fabricated, so they're a little lighter, so they do put on locks. Some of them even have gone to like polymer fiberglass that doesn't have the metal value to it, can't really be recycled and get the dollars from it. And so for us, we're looking at the lock mechanism, and what they do is they slow them down a little bit, but nothing is foolproof.
So the ones that's not recyclable, what is the cost of those?
So they keep them just below what it costs us to make those. Our issue has always been longevity. So on the fiberglass, and just how much duty can it put up to? We've had great response. I mean, cast iron is cast iron, and we basically use the same things we've used for the past 80, 90 years, and so it's always that. Do we want to change up and go in a different direction? We can have them designed to fit, but they're lighter. And right now, the way our frames sit is it's really the weight of the grates that are keeping them in place. And then you wouldn't have that with the fiberglass. So you still have to have the fiberglass as well as a locking mechanism, and then that slows up all of our cleaning. So it's that balancing act that we're trying to go. So we've been working with law enforcement. Hopefully, and this is what's happened before when this kind of flared up, is catch them, make an example of them, make sure it's all in, 2, 4, and 7. It's in the newspaper. Here's these folks going to jail for doing this. And then we've also put out information on our social media to just keep an eye out for neighbors to kind of keep an eye out for this stuff going.
Item 17.
Item 17, Mr. Chairman, is adoption of a negative declaration of state environmental quality review for the Cornelius Creek CSO backwater gate flooding mitigation project. This is our largest physical CSO structure. It is at the base of Ontario Street, and during high lake levels and during high lake levels, the water from the Niagara River comes backwards through this system and causes flooding out of our system. And so this project is designed to mitigate that. And it is a project that we are working with FEMA on, and the New York State Department of Environmental Service or Emergency Services, so that it will be funded through them rather than by the Buffalo Sewer Authority, but provide a benefit to our population. We have reviewed this item and recommend its approval.
Thank you. Item number 18.
Item number 18, Mr. Chairman, is change order number 3. This is a final adjustment for cleaning and inspection of various streets for the internal televising and cleaning. It is in a deduct change order in the amount of $35,577.50, bringing the total of this contract to $1,089,422.50.
And
And again, we recommend.
And approval, okay. Item number 19.
Item number 19, Mr. Chairman, is certificate of acceptance and occupancy for the last item. And again, we have reviewed this item and recommend its approval.
Item number 20.
Item number 20, Mr. Chairman, is a final adjustment for corrective action, sewer cleaning, internal televising, and repairs. This is a change order in the amount of $15,064.40, bringing the total to $1,916,164.40. We have reviewed this item and recommend its approval.
Item 21.
Item 21, Mr. Chairman, does have a typo in it. As per the previous item, the change order amount should have been $15,064.40, not $604.40, but the total is correct. And we have reviewed this item and recommend its approval.
Okay. And you'll note that in the meeting as well, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Item number 22.
Item 22, Ms.
Got it. Go ahead, Rosie.
Oh, item number 22, Mr. Chairman, is authorization to enter into an agreement with Wendell Energy Services for renewable natural gas recovery, production, energy efficiency improvement project. This is an item that we reached out to 18 firms that have been pre-qualified by the U.S. Department of Energy and National Association of Energy Services Company as energy service company consultants. Wendell Energy Services was the sole responder, and we recommend that a contract be entered into with them in the amount of $715,000.
Okay, item 23.
Item 23, Mr. Chairman, is tuition assistance for Zachary Ish in amount of $2,500. We reviewed and recommend approval.
Item 24.
Item 24 is tuition reimbursement in the total amount of $2,735. We have reviewed and recommend approval.
Item 25.
Item 25 is confirmation of appointments. We hired 2 seasonal laborer 1, 1 laborer 2 permanent, 1 director of information technology permanent, 1 personnel clerk provisional, 1 supervising accountant permanent, and 1 provisional clerk. We have reviewed and recommend approval.
Thank you. Yes, that's it, right? No supplement?
No supplemental this time.
Okay.